On Nationwide this evening, unusual homes in Leitrim and Sligo. We visit several houses, a low-cost mix of renovation, restoration and self-build, all inspired by ideas for sustainable living. Good evening, you're very welcome to Nationwide. This evening we're going to be very nosy and take a look around some remarkable houses. They're all located in Leitrim and Sligo, and over the coming weekend you too can take a trip around some 30 of these properties and get some tips from the owners of these inspirational homes. We're going to start our journey here at the home of Joe Lewis and Mike Harris near Dromahair. They bought an old cottage in 2003 and turned it into a down-to-earth but beautiful dream home.
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
Hey, I'm Mike.
Hi.
Mike.
Hi, I'm Joe. Very welcome, Anne. Just come on in.
Great, lovely.
After you. Yeah, great.
Mike built the house himself with guidance from local architect Colin Bell. They extended the cottage outwards using straw bales in the walls for added insulation.
Bought the land with an existing 3-bedroom stone cottage, a traditional cottage which was in a poor state of repair, and we did consider knocking it down, but in the end we decided there was too much history and it wasn't fair to knock it down, so we enveloped it in an eco-friendly house, which is a timber frame with straw bale infill, so that the old cottage is now completely enveloped on 3 sides with the new building. So the stone walls have become, in actual fact, a heat bank. So when we get solar gain from the sun in this part of the house, the heat is stored in the concrete slab of the floor, but also in the old stone walls of the cottage. And at night, that heat is given back out, so it regulates the temperature. It makes it much more comfortable for living.
Mike and Joe have 3 sons and they've been adjusting the house as the boys have grown. But it's the living room with its gigantic picture windows that are the real wow for the whole family.
I just love this room because of the light. And on a grey day like today, you know, you can sit in here and you still feel like it's daytime. Whereas in the small, quieter parts of the house, you know, I love our bedroom actually because it's in the original part of the cottage and it's dark and it's just very peaceful and you get a sense of it having been there forever. So it's a lovely place for a bedroom, but as in terms of living space, this is definitely a space to hang out in. So this is the entrance to the original cottage. So you come in here, through the stone walls, and then you have the 3 rooms, 1, 2 and 3, and that was it. And
okay.
Then after that we extended up and out. Let me show you up.
Okay. Joe, do you know much about the history of this house?
Well, I do, because this time last year, a neighbour of ours came down and said, oh, my great aunt is coming back for her 100th birthday and she'd love to visit this house.
Right.
She was born here. So I said, oh, fantastic, do. So a couple of days later they turned up and Kitty came in. I think she was a bit overwhelmed with the changes, but she came in and we sat down and she told us a bit about the history of the house and where the oats were grown, where the donkeys lived, and that was just fantastic.
Lovely. It was Joe's idea to start the Inspirational Homes weekend so people could learn about economical and ecological ways of building from those who had already completed building projects.
The idea behind Inspirational Homes and the Green Door weekend that we run occasionally is to open homes to the public for free so that people can learn from each other about their experiences of self-building, of renovation, and primarily about homes that have a sustainable element to them. It's about how to live sustainably in the countryside. The amazing thing about it is that when we ran it first in 2011, I asked 40 homeowners would they open their homes to the public, and I was very surprised that everybody said yes. Nobody said no, only the people who weren't going to be around for that weekend. People were really a bit apprehensive maybe, but actually very generously agreed to open their homes.
Building your own house, you learn things along the way, and Mike is generous with his time when it comes to helping others.
I'm always happy to give people information, and I spend a lot of time on the phone talking to people who are thinking of their own projects, and if there's anything we've learnt, especially mistakes, then I'm happy to hand it on. You know, and things are changing all the time, and more people are becoming interested in this sort of project, and there's other ways to do this, maybe different to how we did, maybe without a mortgage. So there are other avenues for people to explore that, and there's a lot of people out there now with that knowledge, and of course a lot of that's available through Inspirational Homes.